Oh, what's going on, people? I am B Dobbins for the win, and it's time to make zombies great again. Because this game mode has turned into a giant circle jerk. And the problem is the Easter eggs. And I don't even know why we call them Easter eggs anymore, because they no longer fit the definition of an Easter egg, which is a funny little secret built into the game for the player's amusement. That is not what Easter eggs in Black Ops Zombies have become. The Easter egg in Black Ops Zombies has become the primary game mode objective. It is what you have to do to really witness any of the story or further the plot development. It generally encompasses a wide range of content that is only accessible if you do the Easter egg stuff. And even if you're interested in getting to a high round, the person who tries to do that without the Easter egg is generally not going to get as far as the person who does it with the Easter egg, because the Easter egg provides such extreme advantages, whether it's some OP weapon or getting to keep all your perks when you go down or whatever. So not doing the Easter egg, it isn't really a viable option if you want to experience all that Zombies has to offer. Now, when I talk about the Easter egg, I'm speaking very broadly about all the complex, dumbass shit you have to do these days to do, what used to be basic tasks. Turning on power, pack-a-punching stuff, and of course eventually completing whatever objective said Easter egg entails. And it's not to say that I dislike every mechanic or challenge that they've implemented. I do like a lot of what Zombies has done over the last couple Black Ops games. There was a sequence in Shadows of Evil where to turn on the pack-a-punch, you get locked in a room with a bunch of zombies, and you and your team are forced to wall run, and you could fall to your death and lose all your shit, and that was intense and fun, and I loved it. I loved the bus back in transit. I thought that was such a sick-ass mechanic. I loved the thrill of escaping hordes of zombies and the intensity and strategizing you had to do when someone couldn't make it to the bus in time and got left behind. And that really got my blood pumping and was emotional and real. And it was really fun. I thought Buried was really cool with all the different craftable items and traps you could make and strategize with. In this new map, Der Eisendrake, I thought it was cool when you have to feed the dragon. You're forced to kind of camp in particular areas. Not that it's that hard if you do it early on. It could be tweaked a little, which is something I'm going to talk about in a second. But I like mechanics that force you out of your comfort zone. I like mechanics that force you to confront different kinds of challenging gameplay scenarios. And Treyarch has introduced a bunch of great mechanics like that into this game mode. Some of those are, requirements to complete the Easter egg. And so I'm not saying that, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not saying that everything that we have to do to complete any given Easter egg sucks. But as fun as all that stuff is, it is never quite able to make up for how tedious and fucking dull doing the Easter eggs have become. I had this epiphany yesterday playing Der Eisendrache, or Der Eisendrache, whatever the fuck however you pronounce that, and we had our bows, and we were jumping all the hoops you had to jump through with the bows, right? So I had the wolf one. I had to go find stupid ass paintings with the little wolf symbol and hold X on them, and I had to do it in the right order, and every time I did the wrong one, I had to start all over, and that happened like 2 or 3 times, and then after that it was my turn to distract the crawler so other people could do their little bow tasks. So I'm sitting there, I'm kiting this handicapped zombie for 10 or 15 minutes while, the other 3 guys complete their various mundane tasks. And then I gotta go shoot something with my bow. So my buddy says, hey, shoot this flag. And I try to shoot the flag for a few minutes, but nothing seems to be happening. It looks like my arrows are actually going through it, or something's not working. And so my friend says, hold on, let me go check the YouTube video again to see what we do next. And I'm finally just like, fuck it, dude. This is so boring. We've been sitting here on the same round doing these dumbass little obscure tasks for the last 20 minutes. Not to mention the 20 minutes we spent doing other random obscure shit a few rounds back. And then at some point in the near future, we're going to have to spend another 20 minutes doing even more dumbass obscure tasks. This is stupid. I'm bored. I'm going to go play H1Z1. And it struck me that this is why I don't like Zombies as much as I did in Black Ops 1. I was obsessed with it in Black Ops 1. I spent ridiculous amounts of time trying to break round 40 every map. But ever since Moon, Zombies has gradually devolved into this tedious bullshit where, okay, let's get a crawler at round 5. And then everybody just sit here for hella days while the one guy on our team who has the YouTube video open goes around and does all the dumbass shit we have to do, like holding X on things and shooting stuff and picking stuff up and putting it somewhere else. And you can tell that this is generally what Treyarch has put the most time into. This is where a lot of the content is. It's where a lot of the new mechanics are. It's where the story is. So people say, well, just don't do the Easter egg, but it's like if you don't do the Easter egg, you're missing out on most of what the game mode has to offer. And I just feel like it would have a lot more to offer a lot more people if it packaged this content and these cool mechanics in something other than this tedious Easter egg. Because if you do the Easter egg, you know, what's the result of all the work that Treyarch put in and all that extra content? 30-minute waits, right? 30-minute waits where we kite crawlers and complete these benign tasks. Boring 30-minute waits. And it's not like it's a 30-minute wait where I can go, you know, get on my computer and check Facebook or something, because I gotta sit there and kite the goddamn crawler. I gotta pay attention. It's obnoxious. And most of these benign tasks, you know, again, holding X on the paintings or shooting this or whatever, don't require any effort or skill. It's just obscure random shit that the average player is never going to find out about unless they watch the YouTube videos, okay? And that's where the illusion of skill is. We watch a YouTube video, we do exactly what it tells us to do. And if we're at all confused about what it tells us to do, we can literally see what they're doing. So we just copy exactly what we see in that video. And then, is that supposed to be talent? Is that supposed to be effort? Am I overcoming an obstacle? I mean, again, sometimes there's challenging mechanics, like, you know, having to wall run in the room or whatever. But outside of that, it's just literally doing exactly what the video tells you to do. And it's like, what if I don't want to watch the YouTube videos? You know, these guys who do the Easter egg videos, every single one of them has a commentary style where they talk to you like a 5-year-old, because most of their audience is 5-year-olds, and they give me ear cancer. I hate watching most Call of Duty commentators. There are like 2 or 3 COD commentators in the history of YouTube that didn't give me ear cancer. So your friend watches it and he walks you through it, and a lot of the time these guys who took the time to watch the video walkthrough think they are such hot shit because they know all the secrets. Yeah, you and the other 10 million people who watch the videos, man, it's a big old circle jerk. The YouTubers who do the Easter egg vids get jerked off by the kids who watch and regurgitate it to get jerked off by their friends, and then all these fools help jerk off Treyarch. Everybody gets a good fucking hand job, except for us old school zombies players who just want to play some wave defense. It'd be one thing if you had to learn how to complete the Easter egg yourself. You know, you listen to the little clues and go around and play detective and you hold X on every object that looks at all significant on the map. It's like a puzzle solving type thing. But at the same time, doing that without the YouTube video would take so fucking long that zombies would become like a second job for a while. And even then, it'd be as boring as having sex with a wall. You know, if you're just going around the map looking for clues in your next task while your friend kites a crawler, if I wanted to do that shit, I'd go get some non-violent detective game. I want to fucking kill zombies and prove to my friends I'm a better survival expert than they are. I don't want to spend half of every zombies match dry humping every random object with X button hoping that something happens. It'd be fun having to solve a mystery. And, you know, under pressure, it'd be fun having to solve a mystery and do these little scavenger hunt things, you know, and while you're surviving the zombie onslaught, going around looking for these objects while constantly on the run, and you have to check this room real quick because the zombies are about to overrun it. And Treyarch came to that same conclusion, and that's why for a little while during Black Ops 2 they had crawlers or even fully functional walking zombies bleed out after they had stopped spawning so that people couldn't sort of cheese the whole thing, right? But people didn't like that because it was too fucking hard completing all those little tasks under pressure. And understandably so, because so many of the tasks are so stupidly obscure. You know, press X on this random painting, shoot an arrow at this random object that you can barely see way outside of the map. That'd be way too difficult for the vast majority of people if they had to complete these Easter eggs, much less learn them, while zombies kept spawning. Even I like a challenge, but that would be so frustrating and difficult. And that's why people use the YouTube videos, and you know, so Treyarch made it so the zombies stopped bleeding out now, and you can just cheese the shit every time. You just cheese the Easter egg every time. Because people have to be able to cheese it, or they can't do it. But cheesing the shit is hella boring, unless you're one of these circle-jerking little kids who has their laptop with the Ali walkthrough up, and they just get their instructions from him on exactly what to do and when to do it, and then they do it, and then they think they're the fucking shit, when really all they did was finish a glorified interactive cutscene. You know those cutscenes in the COD campaign where it's like tap X to pull the knife out of your stomach and throw it at this douchebag? And it's not hard, you don't have to think critically at all or solve problems. You just do what the game tells you to do. You press what button it tells you to press when it tells you to press it. Well, now Zombies has just been turned into a giant interactive cutscene, right? Except instead of the game telling you what buttons to push, Ali A tells you what buttons to push and when to push them. Or your friend who watched Ali A tells you what buttons to push. It's stupid, it's pointless, it's boring. And how the fuck do these big YouTubers do it so fast? Because they get these walkthrough videos up, sometimes within hours of a new map going live. And I'm going through the Easter egg, and I'm like, how the fuck could they have possibly figured this shit out that fast? I'm pretty sure they have something worked out with the developers feeding them info, because Treyarch knows that without the YouTube videos, these Easter eggs would never see the light of the day. Nobody would figure this shit out without the YouTube videos. Without the YouTube videos there to hold millions of people's hands through the shit, and those people holding their friends' hands, 99% of players wouldn't be able to figure out this shit on their own. Without the YouTube videos, the vast majority of the content embedded within these Easter eggs would never be touched by the vast majority of players. These Easter eggs are only possible because of YouTube walkthroughs. If YouTube didn't exist, Zombies would be a very different game mode, I guarantee you that. And Treyarch knows that, and here's what's clever about it, okay? They force as many players as they can to go and watch the YouTube videos, and that's a win for them because they want as many players as possible watching Call of Duty videos on YouTube and subscribing to Call of Duty channels because the shit's free advertising, right? They are trying to push players to engage as often as possible with the free advertising platform they benefit from so significantly, YouTube. So, motherfuckers, find Allier Zombies Easter egg walkthrough, they watch it. Statistically speaking, a whole shitload of the millions who watch it are going to subscribe. And now, the next time Treyarch puts in some cool DLC weapon, like the crowbar, well, Allier is going to make his quote-unquote COD news commentary, but really it's just a COD trailer for the new DLC weapon. And now, all those players who subscribe to that channel, after they watch the Zombies Easter egg tutorials, well now, they're inevitably getting the free advertising DLC weapon trailer beamed right into their YouTube homepage. It's a brilliant circle jerk, where they use the game to convince everyone to watch COD YouTube channels, and then in return, the COD YouTube channels convince everyone to buy more of said game. Feels like they're forcing people onto YouTube to keep them engaged, and if they can get you to subscribe to a Call of Duty channel, well now you're going to have a never-ending amount of free advertising pumped down your throat, and obviously that's something they would like very much. Back in the day, Zombies used to be about strategy and survival and the skill it took to kite zombies through certain areas and saving your teammates and managing your resources. Now it's just about doing whatever the YouTube video tells you to do and convincing yourself that that's somehow an accomplishment to be proud of. The For the Win query of the day is, what is your favorite Zombies map of all time? Mine is, it's a real close one between Call of the Dead and Shangri-La, but Shangri-La was much harder than Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead was one of those maps where, you know, you can, once you get set up, you can start kiting and you can just keep on kiting inside the lighthouse, basically infinitely. Shangri-La was super difficult, fun map, and also in my opinion the last map where the Easter egg could actually be considered an Easter egg and not the primary game mode objective. Thanks for watching. Please remember to rate. This is Batman signing out.
Again, we have found favor.